Hello everyone and welcome to our presentation about dressage. At first I will start with a little introduction of our group with photos. Here you see me, Ilse Meijer. I am a 22-year-old girl from Molenend. In the next picture, right, you see Tini Bauma, an 18-year-old girl from Paraga. And in the last picture below, you see Emmy Rinkema, a 90-year-old girl from Oudebeeldzeil. The reason why we chose this subject is because we all have to do something with horses and dressage. For example, Tini has been riding ponies and horses for her whole life. She first started at the stables by her aunt and uncle. After a while, she gets her own horse and now she's riding horse competitions as well. She's riding dressage. Emmy has had her own pony. She was doing everything with this horse. They had a real bond. Emmy wanted to do horse competitions too, but she couldn't do it with her first pony, so she gets a new horse. And now she's training with her new horse for the competitions. Also is Emmy working at a shelter for a while. She works with people with handicaps in combination with horses. And I was starting with horse riding when I was 4 years old. I had my own pony and get lessons as well. After a while, I get starting to teach horses everything from the beginning till the base, and became to ride at different people's horses and stables. Now I ride at a jumping stable Volkert Kelderman. This is the content of our presentation. What is dressage? Levels? What does it have to do with us? The ending, the conclusion, and at least there's time for questions. What is dressage? Dressage is the gymnastic base for the horse sports. Dressage is to make the body of your horse flexible and learning the horse to listen to you. Because of that, it is the base to every horse sports. In this video, you can see Edward Gal with Totilas. This is where he achieves the world record on Grand Prix level. His score was 92.3%. Different levels. In the dressage sports, you have different levels to train. The levels are in order from base to high. First, you've got the broad sports. B, L1, L2, M1, M2, Z1, Z2, and ZZ light. At second, you've got the subtop. ZZ heavy, light tour, and heavy tour. At least you've got the top sports. Those are the international FEY matches. Now what does dressage have to do with us? Like Emmy said before, we all have something to do with dressage. Ilse started with pony lessons at the age of 4. When she was 6 years old, she started to get private lessons at Judith Peterson. Judith started a little company where she trained horses, also for other people. That's where Ilse started to train horses too. When she turned 8, the ponies became already horses, and she had a lot to train already on such a young age. At a later age, she started to train horses at Volkert Kelderman's jumping stable. But also for jumping, she needed the base of dressage. Emmy started off with a little horse called Joyce, where she has learned her first steps in the dressage sports. After the horse died because of an unexplainable disease, she got a new horse called Lieke. With Lieke, Emmy didn't really do the serious riding work, but trained a lot on the ground with tricks like laying down or giving feet. After 6 years, she had to sell the horse and wanted a younger one to train a bit more serious. Like 1.5 years ago, she bought Bon Jovi. With Bon Jovi, she is riding competitions on the level B. She just started these competitions and wants to get higher by training the horse in dressage. Like Emmy already said, I rode ponies and horses for almost all my life. It all started when I was just 4 years old. My uncle had a stable with a few ponies and horses where I learned to ride. They started giving lessons at me and my little nieces, and after a few years there were a lot of kids who wanted to ride ponies, so that's when the lessons began. Almost 3 years ago, I got my own horse from my parents. She is a beautiful 15-year-old brown mare. After a year, I started riding competitions with her, and now we are already on the level M2. I am really proud of her, and I hope to achieve the level Z1 next year.
Well, that was our presentation, and we hope you like it. Also, we want to thank you all for listening to our presentation. We hope it was interesting to listen to, and that you have learned something about dressage. Actually, we didn't learn anything more about dressage. We've only learned how to explain it in English. But the conclusion of our presentation will be that dressage is very important to every kind of horse sport, because of the base you have to learn your horse. Are there any questions left?